This man George Page coming to you live on YouTube. Good morning, true believers, and this is about the end of the month for me, George Page. I'm looking forward to the next month. As you know, fall is coming. And it's gonna be, it won't be long before the year's over. Wow, seems like it just started, but now it's about to end. But anyway, last night I was up and about, just on YouTube, just watching some videos and looking through it, and I saw a video from Best of UFC and MMA. It's a YouTube channel that talks about what goes on in the sport of MMA, and also mostly UFC. Anyway, they post the payouts from Reebok. As you know, Reebok is a sponsor to UFC, and several fighters wear their uniforms and their fighting gear by Reebok. There was a controversy a few years ago where a fighter was wearing a pair of Nikes and doing an interview when he was made to take off his shoes, which that's kind of bullshit. So anyhow, the UFC, the Reebok deal pays fighters a little percentage. I mean, give them a little payout for just representing the company. And on the list from the UFC 159 fight night in Mexico City, Jeremy Little Heathen Stevens gets $20,000. Now, okay, you don't say nothing about that, but then you notice his opponent, Yair Rodriguez, who's the guy who eye poked him last weekend in Mexico City, he gets $5,000. Okay. And then you notice the co-main event, Carlos Baja versus Alexa Grasso, they get $5,000 apiece. Alright. Brandon Morero and I can't say his guy's right, so I'm not gonna say it. The other guy, Brandon gets $5,000. The other guy gets $3,500. All right. Ariane Danny and her opponent Vanessa Mello get $35,000. Well, Irene gets $5,000. Vanessa gets $3,500. Now these were the fights on the main card. I don't have the numbers for the prelims, but $20,000 to Jeremy Stevens. Okay, I'll say you get your eye poked, but $20,000, while your opponent only gets $5,000. And everybody below you gets less. I mean, understand with the losers, they get especially with Grasso and Esparza, they get $5,000. And then I'm not sure. Like I said, I didn't really catch Brandon and his opponent's fight. I know Irene beat her opponent, so I guess the winners get paid at least that much. But $3,500, and that's not much. You gotta think about it. After you pay taxes and your trainers and your food, and you gotta go back home. Now with fighters like Alexa Grasso, Mexico is technically their homes. They don't have to go too far. But some of the other fighters live other parts of the world, so not other parts of the country. And Stevenson only gets $20,000 for a fight he never fought, no contest. $20,000, and his opponent gets $5,000. That's not fair. Your opponent should get, if not as much, if at the same point as you. I mean, give Yair at least $15,000. Or at least give him $20,000 because the fight ended with no contest. Reebok's on some shit. I mean, it's not fair. This is what I mean. Like, we talk about this on CS Combat Sports with my man Coach Ted Harrison. We talk about how the pay disparity is just not fair in MMA. Now in boxing, hey, these guys get paid a grip. I think Mayweather got at least, about $100 million out of his fight with Conor McGregor. And, I know Mike Tyson was, like before there was Money Mayweather, there was Money Mike. Mike had two names. He was called Iron Mike, he was called Money Mike. I mean, the brother would get paid a chunk of change. I mean, and Dana White, this was the reason why him and Cyborg, their deal didn't come out, because Cyborg wanted to get paid at least, my personal belief, I think Cyborg should at least get at least $5 million for a fight with Nunes. That fight would have brought in way a lot of revenue, a whole lot of money. That rematch between her and Amanda Nunes. But Dana White is a tight motherfucker. He's tight on a dollar. He makes a penny bleed. But but if it's Conor McGregor or John Jones, hey, he'd be like that crackhead from Men's Society. Man, if John goes to the table and say, hey John, I'm gonna offer you like maybe $2 million. They say, that shit, motherfucker, fuck that. I'm walking out. Say, no, don't leave me, John. No. I do any job. I suck your dick. And Dana will probably dish out another $3 or $4 million just to get John to fight. That's about to say Connor, and probably if Ronda ever want to come back, the same with her. See, that's the problem. These people risk their lives fighting. They have kids to feed. Some of them have kids to feed. They got bills to pay, you know. And then we talked about this when they get older, you know, compared to boxing. You know, boxing is very vicious sport. It is, but UFC is a little bit more vicious because you got to think about the gloves are not as thick as boxing, and then you're not getting hit by fists. You're getting hit by knees, elbows, feet. You're fighting several appendages, not just one, just two. Like, two fists, you're fighting against a man, two fists, his knees, his elbows, his feet, everything, his shins. So I'm sometimes I wonder if some of these fighters wake up in the morning, they'd be like Ozzy Osbourne. Remember when the Osbourne series when Ozzy gives a shut up. You wonder they get up like that in the morning. They got to see specialists, chiropractors, doctors, neurologists. I mean, it's just but Jeremy Stevenson gets to walk away with $20,000 and a poked eye. Now, he was a bitch made by crying like a bitch about what he did. You know what you did was wrong, but at least, man, you should at least get paid equal to what Jeremy Stevenson gets. But Reebok, they somehow have they handpick who they want to pay, what they want to pay their worth. And what I heard that Stevenson was like not even that high in the rankings. I think I think it was in the top 5. I think in the top 10, something like that. I think Stevenson might be in the somewhere around near to the 15s. Like I said, I don't follow the men as much as I do the women, but it's just sad how and people like Carla Esparza, she's been around for a while. She's the first UFC strawweight champion. She's been around. I mean, Alexa Grasso's still young. I mean, Ariana Daniels on the climb up. I mean, she might be the next future title contender for the 135 title. But it's just, this is not, I mean, here like this. It should be like this. Esparza and Alexa Grasso gets $10,000. Brandon should get $10,000. Irene should get $10,000, and the rest get $5,000. And Stevenson and Rodriguez, $20,000 a piece. Reebok, it's not like they're broke. They don't got Nike money, but it's not like they're broke. They can afford to pay these people. And the reason why they jumped on UFC because they need somebody, because they used to have a decent contract with the NBA, but NBA mostly works with Nike. There's still players that wear Reeboks and Adidas, but Nike is more of a bigger shoe company than anything. And Reebok just found somebody that can get a grip on. If that contract ends, whatever, as long as the top people get paid, the bottom, they don't care about the bottom people. That's where he knows that when you're on the bottom, they don't care about you. When you're at the top, they don't care about you. Same thing like in politics. How right now, things are just going like people say the economy's going great, but still the people under everybody else is not doing that great. And I wish people realize that, figure that out. Don't put somebody in who never understands how it is to work and to feed your family and try to make ends meet. Never. Put somebody who knows what it was to be like. Not somebody whose daddy, gave him everything he wanted and he just, whatever his daddy created, he fucked up. But anyway, this is on Best of UFC and MMA. Stop it. It's right there. It's 2 minutes and 9 seconds in. Check it out. Look at it. You can also pull it up on MMA News, as that's where they got it from. And just really think yourself how these guys are here to all these people, men and women, are here to entertain us in this combat sports, and what they get out of it. Even what they get from Nike, it's not from Reebok. I mean, it's not much, but then what they get paid from the main company, UFC. It's not worth risking your life. You're not going to make the money, and that's a sad fact about it. And if you feel like hey, these people get paid pretty good, but it's not good enough when you can't barely pay your bills, feed your family, or even see a doctor. Most sports you have health care insurance to look out for you. I understand that most insurance companies don't want to deal with somebody, especially in combat sports, because hey, you're going to be injured. But hey, it's because of the fact they need this. So and that's one thing that Dana White and UFC is afraid of going public. When you go public, you have to tell how much you make. And if you see that you're making so much and the people under you are not making enough, it's not fair. That's why Laser Smith was trying to form a union, but people don't. That's why people will be worried about the short-term money instead of the long-term money. Anyway, so just give respect to these people who do this job. Understand that hey, it's not as fruitful as it is. It's Man George Page. Like, subscribe. Don't like, subscribe. I'm out.